everybody, welcome in, welcome in. We're back. Had some technical difficulties there with Castle Crashers Sag. I was hoping to really get to play it today, but it just didn't work out. So this is Plan B. I had a Plan B just in case. Yeah, first stream had a bunch of technical difficulties. Alright, I'm gonna get the new stream linked in the Discord for those of you who like to watch from there. Yeah, Plan B. Yeah, just getting everything set up. Hopefully this time it'll work. Yeah, just posting again that we had a Plan B that had to be activated. Okay, I think we're okay now. Alright, so this is a game that I used to play quite a bit on my iPad before I got it on my computer, and I've played it a lot on my computer since then. This is a game called This War of Mine. It's a depiction of civilians in a war-torn nation. And honestly, it's pretty realistic. And we'll get to showcase that as we go along. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pick one of the most basic scenarios. And you can also pick, if you have the PC version, between Final Cut and Anniversary Edition. What you can also do is you can make your own scenarios, but we're just gonna pick one of the groups that is a preset. Hey PC, how you doing? Hopefully the game's not too loud. If it is, let me know, and I can adjust it, or if it's too quiet and you can't hear it. And all of these groups come with a backstory. How is Castle Crashers? I had technical difficulties, Monty. The game does not like my mouse, and I was changing around my controls, and I just decided to revisit it another time. Kind of do some technical troubleshooting. I'll figure it out though, Monty, and I'll get back into it. I'll get back into it soon. Maybe tomorrow, maybe today, later today or tonight after work, I'll look into it, see if I can figure out what the problem is. Anyway. So, we got a little bit of a story here. How long has the siege lasted? It's hard to say when every day is a struggle for survival. The city is crawling with snipers. Shelling is ordinary business almost every night. Phones don't work, there's a shortage of food and meds, and many people are left homeless. Bruno and Marco have always been good friends, so when the war broke out, they decided to stick together. They met Pavel while scavenging for supplies. He used to be Pogorin's star football player. Now he's just another homeless victim of war, so they teamed up hoping for the best. It's very combo-based. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll figure it out eventually, Monty. Alright, so this is our shelter. You can just click and drag. This is Pavel right here. Your currently selected character will kind of glow. And if you click on their profile picture, it'll give you a bit of a backstory for them. So for Pavel, he says, "Before this whole mess begun, I lived with my wife and son in the better part of the city. I haven't seen them in a long time. I hope they are okay. I'm not doing so well, as you can see. Who needs football players during war? Nobody cares about sports when every day can be their last. So I scavenge the ruins like everyone else, hoping for the best." And you'll notice under their name, they each have a trait. So for Pavel, he is a fast runner. He can run very quickly. Bruno over here is a good cook. He cooks more efficiently. And Marco here, he is a skilled scavenger. He can carry more items when scavenging. And I'll show you guys scavenging in a minute once we get to that point. So I'm gonna have Pavel and Bruno over there getting through the rubble so that we can access the rest of our home base. Because we gotta start cleaning it out so then we can improve it for them. And that's one of the big things with this game, is improving your shelter. To help your survivors feel better and just to help them live. Because mental health is a thing in this game. It is measured. When good events happen, when bad events happen, it does actually affect these guys in real time. Okay, let's grab that one. Okay, so now we're gonna head down here to the default station that's available from the moment you start. The little house station here. And you can build anything here. You can upgrade this to be able to make more stuff. The first thing you want to make is a crude stove. Because that allows you to produce food. And if you go without food for more than a couple of days, your characters start to get affected by it. So we're just going to get that squared away right off the bat. Alright, so now these guys are done. Pavel, head up there. And Bruno starts salvaging the rubble. Got a lot of rubble we have to get through here. Alright, and I didn't really show it, but Bruno just picked up a lockpick. That allows you to get into locked cabinets and things like that. And you want to upgrade it into an improved stove as soon as possible, because that allows you to cook food more efficiently. If you combine this with Bruno, who is a good cook, you can make food very efficiently. Very useful. Alright. Alright, Bruno, head over there. Now we need a tool bench. Hey guys. Hey, Landlord! What's up? Hope you're doing well. Okay, looks like Marco's done with the oven, which is good. But now... Can I get through this door? Or is that locked? Some of the doors in your home base are locked. I don't think this one is, though. Is it? It is. Okay. And I think this one is too, actually. Actually, no, Marco, go sit in the chair. Alright, Bruno, head down there and see if it's locked. What did I miss? Oh, you didn't miss too much, Crevice. I was just doing an introduction. That one's locked, too? Alright, never mind. Pavel, how close are you getting done, buddy? But yeah, I was basically just doing an introduction, Crevice, into the base concept of this game, which is helping a group of civilians survive in a war-torn environment. And it's actually incredibly realistic. You guys will see that as we go along here. But scavenging your main base... Oh, looks like I can get him in there. Ah, Bruno, get in there. Eh. And depending on the scenario, you can start off with 1, 2, 3, or 4 characters. There's a bunch of different scenarios you can pick from. I decided to start with one of the most basic groups for simplicity reasons. Okay, now I don't actually have enough stuff to make a crowbar, but that was a goof on my end, but that's alright. Doomslayer mission's going fine? Nice. Yeah, I saw your picture in the Discord of your Doomslayer build. Yeah, let's hope when we send Marco out at night, he can find stuff. And if you want to speed up the end of the day, you can click this button up here, and it will automatically go to the nighttime. So now you plan the night. So what are you going to have your guys do? You can either... Only one person can go out and scavenge. You can pick who that is. I would strongly recommend Marco if you're playing with one of the basic groups, because he has the biggest carry capacity. Not that the others can't. It's just more efficient with him. And you can go to a few different places by default. The game does randomize what locations are available. One of the most, I hate to say it, profitable ones, that's probably not the right word, is the Quiet House because it's got a bunch of elderly in it that don't resist you. As you go about the game, you will find groups that will resist you and try to attack you as you go to scavenge. And you will need guns in order to get into and through certain areas, namely the military outpost, which we will get to later. Yeah, it's in basically every single map, the military base. And as you're going about the game, you'll notice when you're searching, this little hand here with a diamond, that's quote-unquote private property. And that is considered theft. And that can affect your character's emotional state. They will eventually get over it, but that does depend on, like, how your base is and all that kind of stuff. Like, if your base looks like an absolute shamble, or if it actually looks nice and you have, like, armchairs and stuff in it. The mission is it has 5 magma core. Nice. FYI, I have a schedule change. I'm now doing 4:30 to 9:30 tomorrow night instead of morning. Nice! Yeah, I do appreciate that you keep us posted on your scheduling changes, Grandlord, because then we can more easily plan doing certain stuff. Like, maybe we can start looking at when the Evolve group stream is going to take place with all of the banned monsters. Now that you kind of have an idea of your upcoming availability. So maybe we start talking to the guys to figure out what the plan is. Because I think it would be hilarious to do that for an audience. Be like, let the best monster win. Alright, yeah, let's just steal everything. I can come back here again once I have a crowbar. But now, because I forgot to build a crowbar at first, my next priority is actually to make beds so that my boys can sleep. So... And a big tactic in this game you guys have been seeing me do is drop all of your stuff in an area near the entrance, because you can come back to this area later to pick up your stuff. Including some very high value items, such as building material. Okay. And you can also bring back less valuable things that you can use as trading fodder, which is the next thing I'm gonna do. Yeah, I grab all the valuable stuff first. Okay, so his backpack is full. Let's send him home. You do have to send them home by a certain time. If they are not home by 5 o'clock in the morning, then it will be risky for them to return because the snipers start to come out in the city. So you do have a time limit to send your boys home. Okay. Can I make at least one bed? I cannot. Okay, this might actually necessitate a reset. Whoops. Alright, hold on. One sec here. I may just have to spam this. Hold on. We didn't really get anywhere, so that's fine. I did make the stove a bit prematurely, I will admit. I haven't played this game for a little bit, so I did kind of forget what my early build order always was. Yeah, let's try that again. My apologies, everybody. Alright, I'll skip through the intro segment that I just did earlier. Okay. And there are a couple different bases that you can get to. This is just one of them. Looks like we got the same one twice. That's not really an issue, though. Alright, let's... Thank you for your patience, guys. I do appreciate it. Alright, now the first thing I'm gonna do is make a crowbar, because then I can actually pretty much finish off the main base in the first day, which is really good. Because there's a lot of stuff hidden around the base, as you guys saw earlier. For those of you who were here during the first segment. Where I didn't F it up. But I'm gonna fix that. There's something on my glasses? There is. What the heck? I'll clean it later. That's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna get the doors opened up so that the boys can get through them when they're done with the current rubble. Yeah, I've got a couple of these lockpicks. Alright, Bruno, head downstairs. Doomslayer elimination mission done. Nice. And you guys will also notice, I didn't mention this earlier, but there is a temperature gauge up here. There is a guaranteed winter segment of the map. In which there will be very low temperatures that you will have to manage to keep your people from getting really ill. Okay. So, the metal workshop is what I was intending to make earlier. So you can put that anywhere, any valid location. Takes a little bit to make it. Yeah, speaking of the stove from last time, you technically only have to feed your guys every couple of days on odd-numbered days. I know that's kind of weird, but technically that's the minimum. Which, in war, realistically, are you going to be able to eat every day? Not always. So there actually is some truth to that. Alright. Now Bruno is making a crowbar. Will be very useful once I go out scavenging, because then you can break into stuff. And you can also break the stuff in your home base. I would say after you've got the crowbar, then go for the stove. Because then your scavenging power is basically set in stone. You can get it done. Alright. Let's have Marco finish things off here. Alright, Pavel, go sit in the chair for now. I'll assign you a task later. And if you, like, double-click, your character will move faster. Like, they'll start running. When you're scavenging, this makes a lot of noise. So if there's other people around, you'll want to be cautious. But that's only in certain maps that potentially becomes an issue. Alright, let's have him dig in there right away. Yeah, things like having books, a sofa, well, a couch, an armchair, beds, stuff like that, that'll help your characters feel better. Improve their emotional state and help them be more resistant to in-game events that may sadden them, such as stealing or, God forbid, loss of other survivors. Because you can lose them from a wide variety of causes. Alright, Bruno, head into there. Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh yeah, because Bruno got that door. Alright, Marco, get in there and open up that door. And the crowbar only has a limited number of uses, too. And it is very noisy. So if you're scavenging, and there's other people, their attention is most likely going to get grabbed. Okay. So that's the entire base cleaned out. Let's go ahead and make the stove. I can make the bed once we get more supplies. Yeah, I at least want to get the regular stove down, even if I can't make the advanced one yet. And then I'll go ahead and end the day there, because there's nothing else to do. Alright, so it looks like we got the same map generation, so we'll head back. Oops. I want to send Marco on the scavenge, and I'm actually going to give him the crowbar. So now he can get into the basement, which is locked. This does take up an inventory slot, though, when he is scavenging. So what I typically like to do is unlock all of the locked areas and then just drop it in the little starting area over there once I've gone and gathered a bunch of stuff. Alright. So now there's more stuff that I can grab. And yes, there is alcohol that we can brew. I think there's one other locked door on the other end of the map, yeah. And I think there's actually some stuff hanging out over there. Like there's another pile that I can search through. Let's take a look. Indeed, there's a couple. And there's also a second exit. Most maps only have one entrance and exit, but some have two. It does kind of depend a bit. Alright, now I'm gonna go dump my stuff and head upstairs. And then typically when I'm scavenging, I'll take back any equipment that I brought with me, as well as my priority is, it depends on what day it is. If it's a feeding day, I'll prioritize bringing back food. If it's not, then usually materials. So like components and wood. After that, it's kind of whatever. Whatever's there. Meds and bandages are always good to grab, because not only are they extremely valuable in trading, they can help heal your survivors. Those are usually the last things that I'll trade because of that, because they can heal my own dudes, so it's like, why should I share if I don't need to? So... Alright, let's finish this off and then send Marco home. Just take what you want. I'm taking everything. Thank you very much. I'm gonna take everything. Everything that I can grab from your house. Blah. Alright, so that's everything. Now I'm gonna grab stuff and send Marco back home. Hey, Shiki! Welcome in! Alright, so I'm gonna grab the crowbar because I don't need to leave it here. I'm gonna need to take it elsewhere, and then I'm gonna grab the components, grab the wood, and What else do I want to grab? Maybe on this run, I'll just grab the trash, because there's also a dude that comes by periodically. His name is Franco, and you can trade with him. And you can trade him stuff, and the first stuff I usually trade is the junk that I find on my adventures. So the junk, in this case, I'm gonna take back first, so that if he shows up, then I have stuff to give him. Alright, now we are on day 2. And sometimes the night will be calm and nobody will come after you, but more often than not, there will be groups that come to attack you, and that will become more frequent as time goes on. Hey, Gregory! What's this? This is a game called This War of Mine. It's basically a game about helping civilians survive in a war-torn nation. And you can see now all my boys are tired, because Marco was scavenging, and I had Pavel and Bruno staying up at night to guard. Once you have, like, guns and weapons, you can do this a lot better. But for now, I need to put Marco to bed, because I don't want him to be tired when he goes to scavenge. Because depending on how tired your character is, they may not be able to defend or scavenge, and their movement speed will go down when they are scavenging. Or even just among your home base. So I'm gonna let Marco chillax. And then as soon as he gets up, I'm gonna put Pavel down, because then I'm gonna have Pavel guard on his own and have Bruno sleeping. And then I can go grab the food from the quiet house and then finish that area off. I find myself steering away from the other game this company made, Frostpunk. Too depressing, though I do enjoy this one a fair bit. Yeah, 11-Bit Studios does make some very thought-provoking games, don't they, Shiki? Like, this game and Frostpunk are like... You really have to think about what you're doing. Like, every action has a consequence. It's actually kind of nuts. I saw you were playing Castle Crasher before. Yeah, but I was having some technical issues, like I couldn't attack, I couldn't... Like, I could've, but everything would've been scrunched on my keyboard. So I just decided to kind of look into it another time. And figure things out later, work out the technical difficulties. So I'm waiting for Marco's tired status to go away. Usually, I think it's about 6 hours if I recall correctly for most characters. Alright. Alright, Marco. Yeah, I know you had to make the bed first. Alright, so Marco, get up. Pavel, go to bed. And there's really not much else I can do, I don't think, based on my material. No. So once Pavel settles in, I'll just end the day, because I can't do anything else. Yeah, Frostpunk just breaks me. Yeah, Frostpunk especially. It's crazy. Alright, so I'm gonna have... Yep. Alright, that's good. Arrangement. Quiet house. I don't need to take the crowbar with me. The defending survivor can also use that as a weapon. So I'm gonna leave that with Pavel so that he can use it. I'm gonna go back to my little stash here and grab my stuff. Alright, and the alcohol is one of those things that's good trade fodder. Alright, so I don't need to come back to this location anymore, because there's nothing more to grab. So I can start looking elsewhere now for supplies. Alright, so now this is that day 3 that I was talking about before. Because now my boys need to be fed. So I'm gonna have Marco eat one of the cans of tinned food. That will feed him. That's a feeding there. But then Pavel and Bruno still need to eat, so I'm gonna have Bruno hop over here and make some meals out of the meat and... out of the meat that's over there. And you're gonna need consumables, aka fuel, to make those. Alcohol. Yeah, and you can actually brew your own in this game too, Gregory, and sell it, which is something that I really like to do later on. But for now... yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, but for now I need to focus on the core basics. Getting my boys to just live for right now. And because Pavel is slightly sick, I'm gonna give him some herbal meds. They don't always work, but it's worth a shot though. Doesn't hurt. And you can only give them 1 dose per day. If you have him take the pills, then that's more certain. Oh, and there's Franco, like I was talking about. That's this guy right here. There is one survivor that is better at trading, but she is not in our group. But you can trade with Franco, and you can give him pretty much all your junk, and... and you can take his stuff. Yeah, the first thing I'm gonna go for is those materials and the weapon parts. You'll need those to make a knife. Oops. And you can kind of sweeten the deal, like you can mess with it until it gets to this fine we can have a deal point. And then you can send him away as soon as you're done. Yeah, I'm gonna grab whatever I can from him. Material-wise. Yeah, I need all the materials that I can get. So then I can start doing some more base improvements. Yeah, I don't think I really need anything else. No, and I want to save my stuff for later. Yeah, I'm trying to just do it. Okay. Alright. Alright, Franco, thank you. Goodbye, though. Let's get that improved stove. Yes, teach viewers how to make alcohol. In the scope of this game, of course. Yeah, that'll come later, though. It's gonna be a little while. Also, Nova new weapons for most of the classes in Soulstone. I think I saw a notification on that in the server. Alright, well now with the improved stove, real quickly I'll show you guys, it takes less water than it did before. And it takes less fuel to make stuff. So we're set on food now. Very important. And now we can do this and make a knife. Which we will need for the supermarket. I did look at the scenario. Most locations in the game have a couple different scenarios that can be randomly generated. Alright, so I've made a knife. Can I make another bed? I would honestly recommend having 1 bed for the number of survivors you have -1. So for a group of 3, I'd recommend 2. Because then you can have 2 people sleeping, the scavenger and the defender, and then the third person can be running around making stuff. and working on the shelter. Stabby time. Yeah, the knife is necessary to get through a couple areas. Of the game. Alright, so now that's the second bed. Pavel, go sit down. Go sleep. Go sleep now, good sir. And then I think that's everything I can do for today, because I don't think I have a lot of materials left. No. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the day here. So this is what I mean with the supermarket. The store supplied the whole neighborhood before the latter turned into a war zone. Though since the area is under military control, it might be dangerous to do the groceries there. Still, it might be worth the risk as there should be a lot of goods left. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to send Marco out. I'm actually going to give him the knife. I'm going to leave the crowbar with Bruno, though. Yeah, you definitely got to be careful with this one. And then you can select the knife. Ooh. Careful, Marco. Careful, buddy. And you can... I like to zoom in when I'm doing this. And then you can peek through doors when you are in combat, aka when you're holding a weapon. And as you can see, there's a soldier here who is talking to a girl who is scavenging for food. And so the reason that I'm taking the knife is because this guy is basically... And you can run up to the guy, and you can stab him. But he's gonna try and fight back. Once you hit him a couple of times, he'll die. Not everybody goes down that easily. If you have a knife and you sneak up on them, though, your odds are significantly better than if you're going straight up on them with a knife. And so now that I've killed that guy, who was basically about to probably do an unspeakable thing to that girl, I can take his gun. And now I have a gun that I can use to defend my main base. So now for the rest of the time, I'm just gonna have Marco scavenge what he can. And then I'm gonna take the gun home, and that greatly increases your capability of defending your home base. So if you're lucky and you get this scenario for the supermarket, take advantage of it. You get a gun at the end of it. And of course, like I said, and like you saw, you gotta be careful. You gotta wait until that logo appears that looks like a hatchet going up against a guy's head, because that's when you'll deal the most damage with the knife. You could come into this with a gun if you wanted to, but you really don't need to do that, though. Alright, you'll notice there's a barricade on this side of the door. If that happens, you have to come to this side of the door to clear it, because that guy's in the way. So there's a barricade here blocking you from bypassing that event. Don't mind me just playing Soulstone while watching you stream. Ah, no worries, Shiki. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Good to know that you're here, though. Even if it's just a lurk. Oh wait, Shiki, you play Soulstone? Yeah? Oh, you've been playing since it came out, eh? I guess I didn't know that, Shiki. I keep hoping, guys, for multiplayer Soulstone Survivors, because then we can group up. I do remember, Gregory, you did post something from the dev that he may implement it in a post-full release. Which would be awesome if he did, because I would sure like that. Alright, Marco, go to the little area here so then I can drop off all the stuff that you just got. So then you can go gather more. Yeah, the first night or two on most of the bigger maps like this is literally just gathering the crap that's around the map. And then you spend another night or two grabbing it all. Alright. You're almost done on the roof, Marco, which is good. There's one more spot up here. They plan on adding it. Nice. I can afford it, but it's a thick requirement. Oh, the Elementalist's weapon requirements. Yeah, I haven't played anybody but Barbarian yet because I was just trying to get a grasp on the game. I plan on starting to try the other classes, though. The other groups. Maybe next time I stream Soulstone Survivors, I'll mess with them a bit. Go with, like, I don't know, Curse level 1 or something, because I'm used to Curse level 2 with Barbarian. So maybe I'll mix it up. Alright, Marco, go back. You still got more stuff that you have to grab. Yeah, if you can get a gun to defend your home base, you're basically set for the rest of the game as long as you got bullets. Yeah, as long as you got bullets, you're good. And there is a way to actually make your shelter more resistant to enemy attack, which I will get to in a moment. Alright, now Marco, you need to go to the way opposite end of the map. Over to this area. Because there's more stuff. Yeah, I like to go for the farthest areas first when I clear the map of any dangerous individuals, if there are any. Because then it's just easier to finish. If I haven't gathered everything. And there was a piece of rubble down there, so what I'm gonna do is after I get... Actually, no, I gotta send Marco home. Yeah, I gotta send him home, because if he's not home by 5, it's gonna be difficult. What I was gonna do is if it wasn't so late, I was gonna have Marco start clearing that rubble, but I'll have to do that the next time I'm on the map. You can make a shovel to make that process easier, though. Which I might do if I have some extra material, but obviously home improvement has to come first. Because the shovel is merely for convenience. Yeah, it's not strictly necessary. Alright. Yeah, once you hit the 4 AM mark, I would strongly advise you get your scavenging character out of there. Because then that gives you a buffer to successfully escape the map. Without risk. Okay, there's a lot of wood. I don't need food or band-aids right now, so I'll just fill the rest of my inventory with wood. Yeah, tons and tons of materials. This is going to be very useful. And then your character will also give you a reminder to leave. Barb now has a thunder-related weapon? Really? This would suck if this happened IRL. Yeah, that's... It's actually real, Gregory. There are places all over the world that are dealing with war all the time. Need I mention Ukraine? Like, Ukraine's a perfect example of civilians trying to battle in a war-torn nation. And then throughout the game, your characters will add more to their storyline. Alright, Pavel, get up. You boys go down for a nap. But now that I have a gun to defend my main base, I'm pretty safe. So at this point, what I like to do, I've got the improved stove, I've got the knife, and I've got a gun. I don't normally get a gun that early. That's abnormal. So now what we can do is we can make the improved workshop, because you can only make a limited number of stuff with the primary workshop. Yeah, this allows us to make more advanced stuff. And then as you upgrade the metal workshop, you can repair guns, military vests, and helmets that you might find throughout the map as well. Yeah, the board ups will help against looters and help mitigate injury. But we don't have enough wood to make those yet. I'm gonna have to send Marco back in tonight to go get the rest of the wood and finish scavenging the map. I wish Google Chrome didn't crash as often as it does. I've really never had a problem with Google Chrome crashing. Interesting. There was a video I saw people from Ukraine almost get hit in their own neighborhood by a Russian mortar. Yeah, that's inevitable. And then sometimes other people might appear at your door looking for help. And you can talk to them. So this lady is looking for help boarding up her windows. If you do these things, your characters will generally feel better. However, one of your survivors will be gone for a day, so you want to plan accordingly. For me, this is okay, because I've got 3 survivors. And then your characters will have comments on that. Does neighbor right to ask for our help? Because I still have 1 person to defend and 1 person to scavenge. So I'm going to send the end of the day out. Alright, Bruno, I will need you to guard. Marco, you're probably going to need the crowbar. I'm pretty sure there's a crowbar spot or 2 on the supermarket that I haven't gotten to yet. And if you get to the supermarket after killing the soldier, there's this lady that will follow you around talking about the event. I knew it. So it's actually a very heroic deed. Not all murders are taken as well by the characters, but some are, like that case. In those kinds of murders in war, your characters aren't really affected by it, because it's like you saved someone. It's primarily because I play high memory costing games and Chrome takes a lot of RAM as well. That's what I've heard, is that Chrome is a very RAM hungry browser. Alright, Marco. Yeah, he'll be able to finish scavenging the map, though, well before the time limit expires. Because I've scavenged the rest of the map, it's just a matter of picking it all up now. Yeah, Franco usually shows up about every other day, maybe every 3rd day. Usually. So I think I'm gonna grab some of the junk if I can. Well, actually I need more wood, because I want to make the board ups. I have some stuff that I can trade, though, to him. Yeah, if you need to, you can trade, like, your band-aids and your pills and stuff, and you get a ton out of him for it. I wish it wasn't. Yeah. Apparently Swordcaster or Swordboy has an ice weapon now. Huh. Okay. But yeah, Gregory, I'm sure you would be more than happy to join if I hosted multiplayer. Same with you, Shiki, if you're willing to join. And Soulstone Survivors adds multiplayer. I think that'd be a lot of fun to do with you guys. I'm back with some fries. Nice. I don't want to think what would have happened if the soldier hadn't been stopped. Well, considering the circumstances, I'm not going to say it on stream, but... Chrome, give me your RAM. Get away. Yeah. Yeah, I've never really had an issue with Chrome crashing, though. How much RAM do you have in your computer, Shiki? If you know off the top of your head. Sure, it could be fun, especially when our builds get overpowered and take up 90% of the screen. Yeah, that was happening to me once. 32? Holy crap! That's twice as much frame as I got! Interesting. Interesting hearing that. I got 16 in my computer. Well then. I don't use Chrome, I use Edge. Okay. Oops. I meant to stay in there, because now Marco's gotta grab stuff and leave. Grab that crowbar, because you definitely... Yeah, let's see if we can grab the rest of the wood. Make a board up or two. Oops. So now I need trading fodder. Even if it's not Marco Day, at least I can grab it. Well, actually, I'll grab the water, because I need to make food. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be good for now. Alright, head home, Marco. Might be because it was Soulstone loading. Because now I can watch you stream without any delay or lag. Yeah, probably. More than likely that's what's going on. Or that's what was going on, rather. Alright. The night was calm. Good stuff. Alright, Marco, just eat the canned food, because you need to go lay down. Alright, Pavel. Go sit in the chair. Bruno, you've got some food to cook. Looks like we need a couple of consumables. I always have the stream on mobile, so RAM issues aren't a thing for me. Nice. Apparently there's such a thing known as skill lock. Huh. But yeah, Shiki, I was playing around a Soulstone, and like, my whirlwind from Barbarian, you literally couldn't see how big the ring was. It was basically as big as the screen. Oh god, I'm on Curse Intensity 32, or Curse 4 or 5, I believe. They hit so hard now, especially the new enemies. Yeah, I've gotten up to Curse level 2 with Barbarian. I tried level 3. I didn't do too hot, but that's fine. Yeah, Pavel, you're not gonna be able to sleep yet. I need you to start working on the board ups for the shelter. Alright. Make our shelter a little bit safer and make it less likely we'll get ambushed. So, and there are 3 board up locations in all of the shelters, by the way. So there are 3 possible holes to patch. And then later, once you've boarded up the windows, you can also reinforce the door and make it basically impossible for you to get surprise raided. But because I have a gun, getting to the advanced door can be put on hold. But I will get the windows boarded up, though. I think you can get one shot by the final boss and have a nice death if you play on the max difficulty. Have the breakdown and have the kamikaze buff. Yeah, that sounds like it could lead to that. And have the revolting sorrows penalty, which increases the boss's damage by 10. Oh jeez. Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, hopefully... Alright, Marco has slept. Let's have Pavel finish off what he's doing and go to bed. And I think that's all I can do for right now, because I need more wood. Yeah, I need more wood, because I want to get the 3rd board up. And then I'm going to need to head to level 3 to get some of the more advanced stuff. Yeah. Like, everybody's fed. Double check. Alright, in the day. Alright, scavenge. Pavel, you're gonna stay up. And now I'm basically gonna clean out the supermarket. Get all the stuff from there. Okay. Hang out over there. Wait, I will grab the gun. I didn't grab the knife last time, but that's fine. I can grab all that now. Yeah, grab the electrical parts. Grab the components, grab the gears. Looks like that's all I can grab. Yeah, it looks like I got one more night of scavenging the supermarket, and then this area will be clear. And then I can start heading out elsewhere. Funnily enough, I mainly run summoner builds in the game. That's always been my thing, summoner classes. Oh, yeah. Which is why I like the Chaos Golems in... Soulstone. Alright, we were attacked, but we're good. Alright, Bruno. Get up, I need you to do something. We're up and far away in third world countries. Nope, not necessarily. It can happen anywhere. I can't make the last board up yet because I don't have any wood. Alright, Pavel, go lay down for a nap. Chaos Golems are a fever dream. Yeah. They're really busted. I love how they tank bosses for me, so then I just don't have to worry about getting hit. Yeah, I can't really do much because I wasn't able to get a lot of wood. So I'm just gonna hang out and see if Franco shows up. Hang out with you guys for a little bit. Hopefully he will. I have a lot. Oh, like Terraria. Yeah, Terraria just never caught my attention. Well, hopefully you guys are all doing well regardless. Gonna check something real quick on my thing here. Pardon me a moment. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, actually... Oops. Pardon the phone use here, guys. I'm just waiting to see if Franco shows up. I actually have to post something. Aha! There we go. That's what's up. Yeah, my video for the mission guide of on-site refining has just recently gone out. Because I release on Mondays and Thursdays, for those of you who are unaware. I had to change my schedule to only release 2 days a week instead of 3, because I'm pending the switch to a new job. So I've been powering through a mess of recording and editing lately. To try and build myself a buffer before my new job starts. Alright, so Franco's not coming. If he was gonna come, he would have showed up by now. So I'm just gonna end the night. Or end the day. I got burnt out. Oh, burnout sucks. It does. That's kind of what happened to me with this war of mine, but it suddenly kind of came back to me recently. So I decided to do a stream. And I might do this with a couple of other groups, and I might even customize the group, which you can do with the Steam Workshop, if you have the Steam version of this game. Oh, I can grab everything. Alright, so the supermarket is completely clear. Hopefully Franco will show up today, so then I can trade him this junk. Well, most of it's junk. There were, like, band-aids and stuff in there that are actually good. There is new art for things maybe, or I just never noticed. What do you mean, Gregory? Alright, then it was calm. Nice. Alright, you guys go eat the tinned food. Alright, Marco, go take a nap. Pavel, you eat the other can of tinned food. And you go take a nap. Oh. There we go. And if you don't have any water, it does take 2 raw foods to feed one of your people. So it's a 2-for-1 and it's kind of wasted. So please make sure you have water when you're cooking food. So that you don't have to do that. Doom Stacks and Soulstones is nutty with fragility. My second go-to build is Doom and Chaos builds. They're fun. Yeah, I just kind of go with whatever comes up. I'm not terribly picky. I probably should be playing with Doom more often than I do in Soulstone, because I don't really use it a whole lot. Probably should. Oh, there's Franco. There he is. Alright, let's go trade. Franco, I'm going to take all of the wood that you are willing to give me. I want all of it. Whoops. Oh, Pavel, go to bed. What the heck? There we go. Misclick there. That was almost a catastrophe. I was almost gonna have to reset. Yeah, I'm good for now. Yeah, I've got bullets, I'm okay there. You can make your own, bullets later, but that requires a level 3 metal workshop and a mixing bowl. It's not really worth it. So those are often just trading fodder. Yes, I want everything. I want everything you have, Franco, that you're willing to give me. I'm actually gonna grab his filters, because I'm gonna need those later when I go to make alcohol. So I'm just gonna grab those right away. I'm just gonna sell him the alcohol that I do have. What can I grab from him, though? I will grab his components. Actually, I'll tack this down a bit. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, excuse me. Okay. Let's grab the rest of those consumables. Like for the items you can pick, there seems to be new art for like showing their rarity. Huh. Yeah, sometimes I'll string together random builds and see how far I can go without dying. Yeah, I did try Infinity Mode the last time I hopped on Soulstone Cheeky, and I was just getting bored. Because I was just killing everything, and there wasn't even a challenge. So I actually left prematurely, I believe. Or I was planning to, and then one of the bosses with like, I don't know, 10 million plus HP took me down. So that was fun. I will take that sugar, though, from you, Franco. If you are willing to give it to me. And I will take your components because I will need those to make filters. I don't think there's anything else I really want from him, so I'm just gonna trade a bunch of junk. I am gonna keep the fertilizer, though, because I can grow plants with that. With one of the later improvements. Alright, Franco, thanks, buddy. You'll be alright, Franco, trust me. Alright, let's see if I can make that last board up. I can. Cool beans. There's new art for the item selection screen. Nice. Alright. Thank you, Bruno, for making that last shelter improvement. So now our shelter is mostly safe, we just don't have the reinforced door yet. We will be able to get that eventually, though. And if you ever want to check on the status of your survivors and how they're feeling about things, you can go to Our Things, and over here on the right side, you will be able to see what your characters think about what's going on. And you'll notice here, we lack cigarettes. Well, that's because Bruno is a smoker. Some of the characters in the game have addictions that can affect the way that negative and positive effects have on them. Why are they in a shelter in the first place? Basically to avoid being shelled by the enemy military. Like, because if you're out in the open, you're exposed, and they're just killing everybody. Civilian, military, or otherwise. Like, this is a war scenario here. Alright, everybody's fed. Let's speed that up. Now I can go elsewhere. So here, that's the military outpost that I was talking about. This is hard. This one's very tricky. You need a good amount of luck for this one. I'm gonna wait to raid this area until I have the ability to reset. Which technically you can reset at any time. The game saves after every in-game night. But then that means I have to reset all my trades with Franco, and that's gonna be annoying. So I'm gonna go to the looted gas station first to stall for time. If you can get even the first stage of the military outpost cleared, you will be set for pretty much the rest of the game. As far as, like, guns and... Like, you can trade your guns freely to Franco and you're basically set for life. And then you can freely go anywhere else that you need to. Because staying in... And Crevice, because staying in a shelter is better than living on the street. The street, like I said, is far more dangerous than being in a house is. Alright. That's taking forever. Yeah. It's because I don't have a shovel, Crevice. Like I said earlier, the shovel is not strictly necessary. It is a nice, convenient thing to have, though. But once you clear out the rubble, it's permanently cleared. It's not like it keeps respawning. Like you may have seen in the home base once I cleared it. Yeah, it takes about 2 in-game hours without a shovel to clear it. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go ahead and get this barricade ripped down. Yeah, get all the barricades ripped down. Unlock any locked areas that I can. And then start gathering stuff after that. And then if there's any dangerous people, get rid of them. I mean, realistically, it would take forever, too, to break through a rubble pile like that. Someone actually made a mod for this game that basically makes it hardcore mode. Because realistically, trying to break through the rubble, you might nick yourself, you might get cut by something. Your arm might get crushed by something going through the rubble. Like, yeah, somebody actually made a mod that integrates that into the game. So, like, your characters will get slightly wounded just from clearing rubble with their bare hands, effectively forcing you to have a shovel. I've played with it, and it's actually really hard. You really have to be cautious, more than you normally would. And enemy awareness, they programmed to be increased. It's like you can't just force your enemies to lose you by hiding somewhere. They will find out where you are, and they will stay there forever until you come out. So that makes the game even harder. Okay. Okay, I can't grab that. So let's head back to that dumping point. Are hostiles on a timer for when they can appear, aside from the snipers? No, if there are going to be hostiles on the map, they'll be there by default. Obviously, not all maps have them, especially in the early part. Like, the looted gas station is one of the earlier maps. There are no hostile people at all. But like you saw with the supermarket, there is the potential for it. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna just hide this guy. 'Cause that guy is being annoying. Alright, let's head downstairs, down the ladder. And this is another cool thing. This is a graded area. You will need a saw blade. Marco kind of misspoke there. He does not have one. But there's a disposable item called a saw blade that you can make to get through those doors. There's usually valuable stuff hidden behind them. So it's very useful that if you discover those, to come back with a saw blade. Alright, so Marco's cleared out the area. I'm just gonna grab stuff and go home. And you do need a level 2 workshop in order to make those, however, so we're gonna grab all the materials that we can so that we can construct it. I'm just gonna grab all the wood because I know I have a ton of components back at the base. Yeah, and I can come back for the rest of the stuff later. Alright, Marco, go home. Alright. Alright, we've been raided, but we're actually okay. Sometimes they're really aggressive and they will wound your characters regardless, but at least the risk was mitigated. Are they all slightly wounded? They are. And it's very difficult, actually, to heal slight wounds. Like, you can't just have them sleep forever because the odds are abysmally small that they'll heal on their own. So you may have to burn the band-aids to heal them, which is not ideal for a slight wound. You normally want to save them for when a character is wounded or severely wounded, but honestly, the slight wounds get very annoying because they don't heal. I don't know if it's bugged or intentional, but that it takes forever for wounds to naturally heal on their own. But either way, I'll get my boys all patched up. And I still got 2 left, which is good. Alright, Bruno. Can I... Actually, I should go for the saw blade, because then I can get into that area and grab those valuables that are behind that door. The stress is real in Curse 5. Yeah, I've tried Curse 3, like I said, and I've had issues. Yeah, thankfully if you do bandage your guys when they're slightly wounded, they will heal. Unless they get attacked, but... Alright, and now I'm gonna make that saw blade that I was just talking about. So then Marco can get through that door on the next scavenging night. Very handy, like I said. And because they are disposable, that's actually an advantage, because then once you use them, your inventory opens up. And now I've got enough stuff to make the level 3 workshop, which will allow me to make advanced tech, and I can also make the reinforced door to make it basically, to make my shelter basically impenetrable. And even if they do get in, well, the chance of my characters being harmed is really small. What's different from the base game in Curse 5? Curse 5 is... Yeah, basically with the curse levels, Crevice, like, more enemies can spawn, meteors can come down, lords spawn more frequently and in higher numbers, elite enemies spawn more frequently in higher numbers and deal more damage. It's just basic stuff. Alright, and now I need a lot more wood and components to get the reinforced door. I'm gonna go for this as soon as I can. And I've also got enough electrical parts. I'm actually gonna go for the thermoregulator, because later, before the winter hits, I'm going to need this to make the the upgraded version of the heater. I haven't had to make the heater yet because the temperature is warm enough. Once it starts to drop, though, I will have to make it and stock it with fuel. And the upgraded heater heats better with less fuel. And it's also... And the holes being repaired in your shelter also helps trap the heat in, making it even better. The enemies also get stronger and new bosses get buffed. Yep. On top of that, more bosses spawn per wave and new enemies are introduced. It's crazy. Yeah. No wonder I didn't survive that long on Curse level 3. I mean, I think I made it to the 3rd? Yeah, the 3rd wave of lords, and I actually had 2 of the same lord on the field at the same time. That was abysmally annoying. Alright, Marco, head back out. I'm gonna give you the saw blade and the crowbar, because there was a crowbar area underneath that spot. So let's head down there. And you guys will see an icon if you approach the map, this part of the map with a saw blade. And then once your character gets to the door, they'll start cutting it. And you'll notice here there's a red circle. That is movement, but that's not necessarily a person. That could also be a rat. It's good to be aware of, though. Alright, grab stuff. And then there's an area over here, as mentioned by the letter. There are books and jewelry. I'll take it. Alright, so now we are all done. Yep, that's a rat. Yeah, that's a rat down there. So let's head back to our original spot and grab more stuff. I'm gonna grab the wood. I'm actually gonna prepare for a possible Franco day, so I'm gonna grab a bunch of junk. Yeah, the next couple of days I can clean out the rest. Okay, not bad. You'll get there, Nova. We all had to. Yeah. Yeah, these games can be particularly long. So... can't just be good, it has to be grand. Sit down and cry, life seems forfeit. Yep. That's pretty true there, Marco. Alright, Bruno, you've got some meals to cook. We got some hungry boys here that also need to go to bed. Make some meals. Alright, the boys are going to be fed. Bruno, go stand over there. Yeah, I like the dialogue in this game, the characters talking to each other, and if enough bad stuff happens, they might even get into fights with each other. Like, it gets pretty crazy. Once you get into the later stages where there's a lot more attacks, the military steps up, and the winter and all that fun stuff. It's a great time. Alright, Bruno, can we make anything? I don't think so. Might have to wait for a Franco day. And if there is going to be an in-game event during the daytime, there will only be one per day. Yeah, I can't do much. Oh, there's that lady again. That we helped board up the windows. Ooh. It's me again. Yesterday, I saw a band of shady-looking types watching my house. I'm so scared. They might try to rob us or worse. I have a teenage daughter. Can you protect us for a night or two? You can use my husband's hunting shotgun. Heck yeah! I'll help you guys out. The towers that shoot meteors at you are so annoying. Yeah. They are very annoying. Well, because of that, everybody's fed. Let's wake them back up. Alright, Marco, head back to the gas station. You've got to pick up more stuff. So that wasn't Franco Day, so hopefully the next day is Franco Day. Yeah, I'm gonna grab... Yeah, I'm gonna grab all that sugar because I'm gonna need it to make booze. Oh, so I can't grab any of the components. I guess I got one more night yet to grab everything else. That's fine, though. I mostly need wood anyways. Alright, band of hardened robbers fended them off. Yep, we've got some good defense here. Used up to chase them off, Bruno is back. Helped protect our neighbor against the thugs, and he brought back some ammo. Good stuff here, boys. Yeah, I can't... Hopefully today's gonna be a Franco day. I hope it will be. Well, that was fun, but I need a break. Yeah. Yeah, you can end up going on for quite a while, and Soulstone. I think the one run that I just decided to do Infinity on, I was in the game for like an hour. Or something, and it's just like, it can go on literally forever. The enemies could not even touch me. It was really only the lords that were problematic because they had so much HP, but I was just shredding them in seconds nonetheless. Yeah, so I stopped out of boredom. Come on, Franco, I need you here, buddy. There he is! Alright, how much wood do you have that I can take from you? Hey! Thank you for showing up here, buddy. Oh, you've got a lot. You've got a good bit. Thanks. I'm just gonna start giving you my junk. Because I don't need it. Okay, so I gotta go back a tad. Deal! Thanks, Franco! Yeah, I'll grab the water. I'll grab the gun parts. I'll grab the consumables, the fuel. Yeah, I'm gonna grab it. Because then I can stock up for the winter period. Yeah, I don't really need... Well, now I need components. Can I do this? Get a couple more out of him. See if I can fill it. Okay. Yeah, you can only trade so much at a time, so you'll have to keep resetting it if you want more stuff. Yeah, I think I'm good on parts for now. So let's see what I can give him. What else can I take from him? Yeah, I'm gonna keep the alcohol that I got, because then I can distill it. And then sell it back to him at a higher value. It won't do. Try harder. Eh? Alright, works for me. Thanks, Franco. That's all I'm gonna be able to get from him. I'm 3 components short from being able to make the reinforced door. Dang it! Alright, well, never mind. Once one of the boys wakes up, I'll put Pavel to bed. And then send Marco to clean out the looted gas station, and then I can make the door. Right? Though even though with all my hours and knowledge of the game, it's taking some getting used to with the debuffs. They're not DOT, but damage on proc. Yeah. Screams and suffering. Nova. Hey, Holy, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Alright, Pablo, go sit in the chair. At least I got enough wood to make the reinforced door. That I'm happy about. Today has been long, has it? Yeah? Hopefully you're doing okay, though. Alright, Pavel, as soon as you go to bed. Alright, cool. Pavel, no, you're gonna guard, you're gonna scavenge. You can have your guys stay, but I wouldn't do that if I were you. I would send somebody out every single night, even if it's just to clean out the garbage and grab the crap. I wouldn't go a night without scavenging until you get to the really late game, where you're pretty much set for life. Oh, I have exactly enough space. Nice. Alright, well that's done. Alright, now the game is telling us there's an outbreak of crime, which means attacks are going to be more fierce than normal. Alright, Bruno, go make some food. I'm gonna let the boys sleep. And then you also need to make the reinforced door. It started at 2:30 a.m. and just now finished. Had a 5-hour watch, a Class C fire inspections, a loss of power, casualty, and a lot of yelling. It's 1900, by the way. Ouch! That definitely is a long day. I don't quite have you beat there, Holy, but when I was trying out for the X-Ray Tech program before I decided to start streaming, every Friday for both of the semesters that I attempted, I actually dropped out about mid-semester. I would have to get up at 6:30 in the morning, leave the house by 7, get to class by 8, be there for 4 hours doing positioning practice, have 2 hours between that and work, and then work from 2:30 to 10:30 local time. I would not get home until after 11, almost 11:15 at night. Also, I've been diagnosed with athlete's foot. I've never had athlete's foot. I've heard that it's extremely unpleasant, though. I've gotten pretty lucky that I've never had to face that issue. Alright, well now I have the reinforced door, so now we are very safe. Which is good. Can we make anything else, or is it just a matter of waiting for the boys to wake up and feed them? Yeah, I can't really do anything else. I could make a chair and just put it somewhere. Yeah, because like I said earlier, making the chairs and making armchairs and stuff like that, that does help your boys feel better about their living situation. So I'll just go ahead and make this random chair. While I'm waiting for the boys to wake up. Yeah, as soon as the boys wake up, I'll feed them. Alright. And then there's nothing else that I can do for now. So I'll go ahead and end the day. Alright, now this is where you kind of have to get lucky with the military outpost. Technically, all you need is a knife to get through this part. But I'll show you where the difficulty comes into play. And where you kind of have to get lucky. Alright, so I would recommend zooming in completely. So you gotta watch for this guy. Basically with him, he has to turn his back and go through that door. Because you have to go up here and knock this guy out and take his gun. And then hide over there. In order to be able to knock out the rest of the guys in this portion of the military base. So you kind of just have to wander around for a little while. Until he decides to say, "Excuse me," and move. Yeah, it may take a couple attempts here. If he doesn't move, I may have to come back another night. Yeah, at the very least I can grab the garbage, but it's not much. Hi. Can I get you to move? Sometimes he says excuse me immediately, and sometimes it takes him a little while. So I apologize if this little segment here is kind of boring. Yeah, if he doesn't move, I'll just automatically end the day and try again. You know, maybe I'll try something. Nah. Maybe I'll try initiating a trade and canceling it. No? Da, 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 da. Oh, there we go. There's the queue. Alright, as soon as he moves, you have to act very quickly. You have to head up there as soon as he leaves. And stab this guy. Oh, come on. This is gonna be tricky now. Ooh. Alright, so you can grab his gun and then hide over here. And then once you do, you can shoot that guy. And if you're hiding, the guys won't be able to see you as well. And you kind of just have to keep shooting them until they all die. They'll try to get up to you because they can't sneak up on you from behind. They can't jump up this side of the building. Which is why hiding here puts you at a significant advantage. However, though, Marco is severely wounded because of that incident, and it's kind of difficult sometimes to prevent him from getting really wounded, or whoever you decide to send in for that matter. It's kind of tricky to get him to attack and avoid enemy fire, but... But yeah, now as you can see, Marco's movement speed is sluggish. And there's usually 3 or 4 guys, but I've killed them all. So Marco is safe for now. There is a second part of the military outpost that you can try to get through, but that segment is a lot harder. There's more guys, and they're at range. So you need a really... You gotta get lucky, kind of, to be able to get rid of them all. Alright, well... Sorry, Marco. Didn't mean to injure you all that like that, buddy, but... Alright. Yeah, this part of the military outpost is now safe. This back segment over here is the second part. That one I'm probably not gonna do. I'm gonna send Marco home for now because he is pretty badly wounded. And I don't want to accidentally go into that other segment and have him die. So I'm gonna send him home. If you happen to have either Roman or Erica as one of your survivors, and you send them to either the military outpost or that one scenario in the supermarket, they have the ability to kill people in one knife strike. Unlike mostly everyone else who needs 2. If you are hiding somewhere, however, like if you're in an alcove, you'll be able to kill instantly no matter what character you're playing, but if you're out in the open, like I was just then, you won't be able to unless you have Roman or Erica, because they are combat-trained survivors. Yeah, I was not able to get anything other than guns, but guns are good, though. Extremely valuable bartering items. Alright, so we can hang out here for a little bit, see if it's gonna be a Marco day or an event day, otherwise we'll just skip it and move on. There is a saw blade area on the military outpost, though, so I am going to make one. And if your character is severely wounded, they will not be able to scavenge, which, unfortunately, Marco is, so I'm gonna have to send Pavel, who has the next highest carry capacity, to clean out the map. No, Marco, get down. Bruno, go sit in the chair. Okay. And once you get to a certain point, other survivors will ask to join your shelter. That usually doesn't happen until day 17 or so, though. It can happen earlier if you have a smaller group, but because I've got a group of 3 already... Yeah, Marco's probably not gonna be able to go scavenge. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything's gonna happen today. Oh, he can! I thought he couldn't if he was severely wounded. Well, either way, I'm gonna have him sleep so that he can recover better, and I'm gonna send Pavel out instead. And we've also got new places that we can go explore. As you explore on the map, more areas will open up. But we'll be okay for a little while because of what we've done at the military outpost. Alright, Pavel, head up. Let's have you finish getting the map cleared on Marco's behalf. Yeah, let's open up that locked cabinet. And you can see the pulsing around me when I'm using the crowbar. If someone is within that range, they will hear you, and they will most likely come to investigate the area. But because we killed all the soldiers, that's not an issue. At least the soldiers in this area. If you are playing Erica, however, she is a very stealthy character. Her crowbar audible range is a lot shorter, so it's much more difficult to hear her if she has a crowbar. Yeah, just checking that I don't miss anything. Yeah, there's a lot of very valuable stuff. Yeah, there's actually a good amount of replay value in this game because you can play with other groups, and if you have the DLC The Little Ones, you can even play with children. There are children that you can have in this game as well. That was not in the game, I believe, when it originally launched. And there's also the stories, which are little scenarios that you can play through. If you guys like this war of mine, I can certainly play through those, if that is something of potential interest. Even without the mods, the game's replayability is near endless. It is, Shiki. I agree. There is a lot of replay value in this game. There's a lot of it. But with mods, it's even more. Alright. Well, looks like Bruno got sick randomly. And that kind of stuff can happen too. Yeah, so I'll get Bruno patched up. Pavel, go lay down, take a nap. Alright, Bruno. Yeah, you're tired. Yeah, let's get you... Yeah, my next priority is going to be the heater because I've got... Marco, come on. I know you're wounded, but you also need to eat here, buddy. Alright, now... Go bandage yourself up. And for those of you who are interested, the meals here in the stove, they cannot be stolen if your shelter is raided. Because sometimes when your shelter's raided, stuff will get stolen from you if you cannot properly defend yourself. But the meals here are safe. So it can be quite valuable to just make a mess of them all at once, and then just eat them as needed. Which is neat. Yeah, we'll be able to help Bruno out though, Marco, don't worry. Yeah, I just need lots of wood so then I can make the moonshine still in the alcohol distiller, so then we can make alcohol. Oh, there's Franco. Yeah, we definitely could use a trading day. Lots of wood. Do you have wood? Yes, you have lots of it. Alright. I can't do that just yet. Yeah, I have 5 guns! Crazy. Yeah, and you also have pistols that you can that I grabbed out of there as well. Let's see, what else can I get out of you? Franco. I will grab that sugar and that water. Okay. Maybe that's all the wood I can get out of him. Do I want to grab anything else? Yeah, I do. And I also have an extra knife that I don't need. I'm gonna keep one, though. What other junk do I have that I could give him? Could just go for the fertilizer. Yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna take from him. Nice. Thank you, Franco. Much appreciated. Alright. How bad is my crowbar? I might need a new one soon here. So I'm gonna make a spare one. It lasts most of the game, though. Alright. And then, something that can be useful is the hatchet. You can destroy various items around your shelter and in other locations to get wood and consumables for fuel for stuff like the stove and the alcohol distillery. That's usually one of the last things I'll make, though. As you can see, there will be a hatchet icon for the things that you can do this to. There's usually a good number around your home base, including things like the chairs and the beds, but you don't really want to do that. You want to keep those things. The hatchet can also be used as an offensive weapon, if you so choose. Yeah, sometimes I'll take the hatchet into previously cleared out locations just to grab the wood and the consumables from the hatchet objects. Yeah, because now I'm getting lots and lots of wood. You definitely get your value out of the hatchet, what it takes to create it. You get quite a bit out of it. And this can also clean up space in your base to build other things while you're at it. Because yeah, now I have 36 consumables. Like, this is a really good position to be in just before the winter time. It usually comes around the halfway point. There's a couple scenarios where you start in the winter, which is obviously very bad. And you have to act very quickly to keep your people from getting really sick. Thanks, Popple, for running around cleaning everything up. Now let's see if I can make anything with it. I should be able to make... might be able to make both. The moonshine still and the distillery. I can indeed. Let's get those set up. And then I'll put a sofa up here for Bruno to sit at when he's working on them, so that he's nearby. Yeah, Bruno's hanging out in bed because he's sick. That's fine, though. We got at least one guy who's healthy. Well, two guys that are healthy. It's just Marco is badly wounded. Alright. So that's the moonshine still. Now I need the distillery. Yeah, I probably should be going for the heater, but I'm not quite in danger yet, so I think I'll be fine. And the day ends at 8 p.m. by default. So if something's not finished, you'll have to finish it the next day. Alright, well, I'm gonna have... yeah... Well, actually, because I've got the reinforced door, once you've got the reinforced door, you technically don't need to have anybody up to guard because they'll get woken up by the improvised alarm system. So I'm just gonna head back to the military base and see what else I can grab. Looks like I can grab everything else that's in that cupboard. And then I'm set for now from the military outpost. I don't think I'll be able to go into stage 2 in this playthrough, though. We've been raided. Ah, he was wounded? He was already wounded! Oh, come on, so the bandages couldn't even have any effect. Good grief. Now I gotta burn more bandages to get him back up to health. Fantastic. It's probably because of the high crime. That's currently active. Next time Franco comes by, I might have to trade for some bandages, because I'm starting to run out of them. Yeah, Marco, just sit in the chair. Yeah, because now I need components for the heater, but I'm going to put a sofa. Yeah, because now the temperature is starting to drop. You can see the temperature color has changed. Hopefully Franco comes by in the next day or two, and then I can make the heater. Because now everybody's going to start getting sick. Marco, go take a nap, actually. Alright, because I've got a couple bottles of moonshine already, each bottle of moonshine makes 2 purified alcohols. So I'm just gonna have Bruno make those out of what I have. And if your characters are sad or depressed, you can actually make them drink. And then they get drunk, and then they have a hangover the next day. And there's a risk of them getting into fights with the other colonists, with the other survivors. Oh, we've got that one lady at the door. Yeah, Bruno, you can finish later. Apparently you can go to Infinite on higher curses. Yeah? Came to thank you for your help. Well, thanks. Thank you so much for protecting us. My sister and her husband came to visit us. They live in another part of town and invited us to stay with them. I think we'll be safer there, so we're leaving. But before we go, I wanted to thank you and give you my husband's shotgun along with the rest of our ammunition. We won't need it anymore, I hope. Well, thanks. I hope you don't need to use it, but you never know. Yeah. It'll be useful. And I can actually repair the broken gun. And fixed guns obviously have a much higher trading value than broken guns do. Alright, just go chill out there, Pavel. Sit in the chair. Okay. Good stuff. I just did a Curse 5 with Paladin's new weapon, and I have the option for the Infinite Portal and the Overlord Portal. Oh, okay. So, how exactly did it trigger? Like, because I've done several games of Curse Level 2, and I've never gotten the option to go to Infinity, just back to the main screen. I am curious, Gregory. Thank you, Bruno, for making the distilled alcohol. I could, if I had the level 2 herbal workshop, make my own bandages, but that's really, really expensive and it's not really worth it. I'd rather just trade for them. Or scavenge them on the map. Alright, can't do much else. ADK, I just did it on a world I've done before a while and they appeared. Huh. Interesting. Trying to think of where to go. Yeah, the construction site, depending on what scenario you get, this one can actually be really easy. I think this might be the one that I can make really easy. Because there's a thing where you can just, like, go out and immediately leave. I'm gonna check the map, though, because I would know it if I saw the map. Yeah, this is definitely it. But I'll see if I can scavenge anything, though. If you're careful, you can get through part of this map right now. But there is an event that you can trigger. But then you immediately have to run. And you can hear the gunshots. Those are snipers shooting at civilians. And other military members of the opposing army. Yeah, like I said, they'll shoot anybody. It doesn't matter what side they're on or if they're innocent. If you are able to get all the way to the top of this map, though, you can get the sniper rifle, which helps with that second phase of the military outpost, but that's about it. So there's no real reason to try and get it right away. Yeah, I'm just gonna drop everything that I've collected so far. Head back in. Try to get as far as I can. And then flee the scene and try to gather some of my stuff. And I haven't really been doing these, but if you see magnifying glasses, they can be little things that other survivors have left behind. They can be like keys, like that's how I got all the jewelry from the gas station. And that sound thing you're seeing, that's the sniper shots. And there's a couple of guys up there. Yeah, I'm gonna clear through this rubble just so that I don't have to deal with it later. Yeah, you can see the conversation happening up here. If you're quiet, though, they won't hear you. My ears will put on some hearing protection. That's one powerful rifle. Yeah. If I have the right tools, Shiki, like I said, I could try to get it. But, like I said, there's really only one useful place to use the sniper rifle. Yeah, thankfully the guys can't hear me down here, because my audio range is too small. It's not gonna hit them. Kid leaning through the window. Alright, I'm gonna try and be stealthy. Can I get through there? No. So I'm gonna have to go around. Try to be cautious. Try not to get within their sight line. I don't think you will if you follow this part of the pathway. Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're definitely gonna try and find me now. The funny thing with the construction site on this particular scenario, though, is if you leave, the danger will disappear. Like, the guys just vanish. I don't know if that's intentional or not. It probably isn't. But I'm gonna grab all the construction materials that I can regardless. And then I can come back later with a couple of saw blades and the crowbar to finish it off. Bad touch. Yeah. Marco's okay, though. I got him home. That's what matters. Thank you, Marco, for coming back with so much good stuff. Ha! They didn't steal anything. Nice. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to leave it off here, guys. I gotta hop off, get ready for work. All that good stuff. I wish I could play for longer, but I probably shouldn't, because then I'm gonna lose track of time. And I don't want to do that. The last thing I need in this period right before my job transfer is a bad rap. Speaking of work, I can now count on my 2 hands how many days I have left in my current job before my last night, and it is 10. So, there you go. For anybody wondering, there are 10 days left of this miserable crap, and then I will be out of there for good. And good riddance. Good luck at work, Nova. Aw, thank you, Shiki. Hopefully work will be okay. If work's okay tonight, I'm gonna try and finish the crazy challenges for Deep Rock that I've yet to record. I still have a few. I have them on my list here on my desk. And then I've got some editing that I need to get done for the videos that I have recorded. Once I get through it, though, all the rest of the crazy challenges and then editing, my backlog will be completely cleared, and I won't have to worry about it anymore. I'll join the server, though. Aww! Well, thank you, Shiki. Yeah, it's linked in the description of all of the videos and live streams, in case anybody does want to join the party. But I will catch you guys next time. I'm hoping to stream again tomorrow, granted work goes okay. Not sure with what, though. We might continue this war of mine and try to finish the scenario. Or I might try Castle Crashers again. I'm not totally sure on that. We'll have to play it by ear and see what happens. Catch you guys later, though.